everybody. We're gonna do some math today. I'm Miss Roman. I think most of you know who I am. You should have two pieces of paper. You should have an addition chart that has no numbers on it in the middle. It should be blank. We haven't started it yet. You should also have the same paper, but it has numbers on it. The last thing you should have is a small counter. It could be a toy or an eraser. We're going to use it to keep track of our numbers. Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're all ready. The last thing you should have is a pencil or anything to write with. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you the addition chart on my computer, and then you're going to write it on your paper. So for example, let's share my screen so you can see it. This is our addition chart. It's pretty cool. We have it on a big computer, and you can see my mouse. That's my counter. It's like my toy. So if I'm gonna do 1 plus 1, I'm gonna go down 1, and then I'm gonna find the 1 and go over 1. Sometimes it's nice to use your fingers so you can draw lines, 1 and 1. What number is 1 plus 1, Devlin?
3.
What number is 1 plus 1, Devlin?
3. 1 plus 1 equals 3.
No.
1 plus 1 equals 2. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay, so then I'm gonna write it on my paper. I did it on my computer. Now I'm going to write it on my paper. So you can see me again. Now I'm gonna show you my paper. I did 1 plus 1, so now I'm gonna use my fingers and find 1 plus 1. I found the box. Who remembers what 1 plus 1 was? Lucas, do you remember what the answer 1 plus 1 is?
2.
2. On the back of my paper, I'm gonna turn it over. It should be blank. There's nothing on this paper. All by itself, it's white paper. I'm going to write the math problem that I did. I'm going to write 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, so can everybody do that for me? And then we'll move on to the next one. The first thing I did was I wrote in the box. I wrote 2. I might have to get a pen. I think the pencil is really hard to see.
Good. Very good. Okay. I think she's going to do another 2.
That's a little bit easier to see.
She's going to write 1 plus 1 equals 2, just like we did.
All right. I'm going to use a pen because then you can see it. You can't see my pencil very well. So now I'm going to go back to my addition chart. And we're going to do the rest of the math using this addition chart right here. And you're going to write it on your paper. Okay, and at the end, I'll show you what mine looks like, and you can show me what yours looks like. So let's see. Caroline, can you choose a number for us? Any number.
5.
5, all right. Caroline chose 5 for us. Can't really see that. Yellow, we can see yellow. Caroline chose 5 for us. All right, Evelyn McKay, can you choose the next number?
5.
5, we're gonna choose 5 again. Let me circle the 5. Alicia, can you help me find what's in the middle of the 5 and the 5? You're gonna tell me stop when I draw down 5 boxes. 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 5 box.
Stop.
Thank you. Okay, can you do the other one as well? Ready? 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 5 box. Thank you. Katie, what number did I stop on?
10.
10. So I have, I'll write it down here at the bottom. 5 was my first number, plus 5, my second number, equals 10. Oh, I can put them over here. My first number was 1 plus 1 equals 2. All right, so we did that one. And I'm gonna put check marks on the ones we finished. That way we don't get those answers again. Okay, I need a new number. Grace, what number should I choose? Big Grace.
9.
9, okay. And let's, little Grace, what number should I choose? What number?
11.
11, I don't have 11 in my red. I can choose any number in the red now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
7.
7. All right, and now I'm gonna draw a line until they touch each other. Devlin, will you tell me to stop when I count down 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. Will you tell me to stop when I count down 7? We have to do the other one. I started at the wrong spot. Ready? We're gonna count down 7. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Now we can count 9. Can you help me count 9?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 16.
That's 16. Thank you for helping me. So we're going to write our next one. 9 plus 7 equals 16. Alicia, do you have a question?
Yes. Why does one have numbers and one doesn't have numbers?
Because we're writing the answers in the one that doesn't have numbers.
Oh. But what if a person doesn't know how to do this work?
That's what we're doing right now.
We're doing this work?
Yeah, we're doing this work right now.
But none of us started doing it yet.
My friend started doing it. I talked about the instructions at the very beginning of the video. I'll show you where we are right now. Right, we have all of these numbers written down on our sheets. If you can see my small video, you can see that we have 3 numbers on our sheets, and on the back, we wrote down these numbers. Okay. Let's keep going for the next one. Levi, can you choose one number, please? 6? Okay. And Lucas, can you choose one number, please? 5. So we're going to do 6 and 5. Sometimes it's difficult to count, so we're just going to draw lines all the way down. I'm going to draw a line for the 6. That's my finger. I'm going to draw a line for the 5. At what number do they touch? Caroline, what number do they touch?
11.
11. They touch at 11. That means that 6 plus 5 makes 11. Do you have a question, Caroline?
What?
Did you have a question or did you just want to help?
I had a question.
Okay, what's your question?
Do we have to write them?
Yeah, we have to write them on our paper. So all of these, the check marks, are numbers that we wrote down on our papers. Anything that has a check mark on it is one that we wrote down on our papers.
Oh.
Yeah, so go ahead and write them down. I'll give you a moment, if you haven't written it down yet, to write it down on your paper.
Okay.
If you're not writing numbers yet, you can just follow along with your fingers to help us answer the questions. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to keep going. Yes, Alicia?
Do you know why I'm not writing anything right now? Because I don't know when to write.
Well, we went over the directions at the beginning of the video, and I've been asking you to write on your paper as we go. Have you been listening to my directions?
But I didn't hear you.
Okay, well, I'll tell you again that, can you see my small video?
What small video?
The one with my face?
With your mouse?
No, the one with my face. Can you see the one with my face or not?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So I have my paper that has no numbers on it. And every time we do a math problem, I find the same square and I write down my numbers. On the back of my paper, I write down the math problems. I'm writing them in the top corner of the screen with the mouse. Those are the directions for this work. Do you understand or do you have more questions? It's okay to have questions.
I mean, I haven't had a lesson on this, so that's why I don't know how to do it.
That's okay, we're just having fun for this work. So any number that has a check mark, you can find it on your blank sheet of paper and you can write that number on it. It's like a game.
Yeah, so 1 plus 1 is 2. That's what she wants you to write in there.
It's just like a game. So if you look at it and you use your fingers to find the two numbers and find where they touch each other. That's what we're working on. All right, give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Lucas, how are you doing? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Thumbs
Yes.
up. Yes, all right. Let's see. Caroline, how are you doing? Are you ready?
Say them okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Katie, how are you doing? Are you ready?
I see.
Okay, you're working. Devlin, how are you doing? Are you ready?
Okay. Go to the next
Are you
question.
ready?
The next number.
Are you ready, Devlin, to go on to the next question, or are you still writing?
I'm still ready.
Okay. Let's see. Big Grace, are you doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to move faster than I am moving, you are more than welcome to move faster than I am going. If you want to do more numbers by yourself. Little Grace, how are you doing?
Mm.
Do you like watching? And is that Amelia? Are you doing this with us? I've seen Amelia and Evelyn. Are you doing okay watching? Do you have any questions? Perfect. I love this work. This is one of my favorite works. Levi, how are you doing? Do you have any questions?
There's things over here.
Okay. Alicia, how are you doing? Are you able to fill it in like a puzzle?
Mm.
It's just like a puzzle. So don't think of it like it's a classroom work. Think of it like a puzzle, like a game. When you play games, sometimes you have to put things in a specific spot, right? So this is just like a game. So find the green check marks and find what box they're in on your work, and then write the numbers. All right, we're going to keep going. You can go faster if you need to, and it's okay if you're going a little bit slower. Big Grace, can you tell us a math problem by yourself?
All by myself?
All by yourself. You choose two numbers and you help me find the answers.
Okay. 4 plus 1.
4 plus 1. What's the answer to 4 plus 1 when I draw my lines?
Okay.
I have to get them to touch, right?
Yeah.
So where do they touch?
5.
5. And what do I write over here?
5.
What do I write over here? What does my math problem say?
5.
Is this right?
No. 4 plus 1.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. There we go. 4 plus 1. So is this a plus sign?
No.
No. Is this a plus
No.
sign?
No.
No. Is this a plus sign?
Yes.
What number is supposed to go here?
1.
Okay, and what's the answer?
5.
That's where the number is touched. So now I get to put my check mark where the number is touched.
Plus 1.
I'm gonna put my check mark where the number is touched. Let's see. Caroline, can you help me do the next problem? Okay, what two numbers are we choosing?
7 plus 8.
Okay, and we have to find where the numbers touch, so you can use your fingers. That was not a very straight line. You can use your fingers or your marker to find where they touch. Where do they touch, Caroline?
16.
They touch at 16 down here? Or do they touch at 15 right here?
15.
15, okay, so let's write it. What was my first number?
7.
What's my second number?
8.
And what did that make?
15.
15. Now, I I can write it down and put a check mark. Raise your hand if you have a question. How are you doing, Alicia? Does it make a little bit more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a little bit challenging at first, but if you think about it like a game, it gets just a little bit easier. Evelyn McKay, do you want to help me do a math problem? Do you want to help me choose a number, Evelyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the first number I should choose, Evelyn? You can ask Amelia for help.
0.
0, we can't do 0. All of those numbers are already filled in.
Here's another one. One of these. Blue ones.
We haven't done 2 or 3 or 8.
4. Do it again.
4. All right, Amelia, can you pick a second number?
7.
4 and 7. All right, so we have to draw some lines. Amelia, can you tell me when they touch? Where do they touch?
Right at 11.
Right at 11. So what was my first number?
4.
And what was my second number?
7.
And what did it make?
11.
11. So you can go ahead and write that down on your papers.
So 11 right here. I've been finding things that can
All right, so I've been working on mine and I started filling mine in. Have you finished filling yours in? All right, we have a few more minutes. So before we go, I wanted to talk about the pattern. Every time we're adding one thing, right? 0 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Every time we add one thing. How many do we add every time to the blue, Alicia?
Blue.
Yeah, how many things do we add to get to each number? One thing? Right, if we have 0 things and then we get one thing, how many pens do I have?
1,
Okay, if I have 1 pen and I add one more pen, how many pens do I have?
2.
2, so I'm adding one thing every time to the blue, right? To get these numbers. And to the red, I'm adding one thing every time. I wonder if I go across if I'm adding one thing every time. Alicia, what's 1 plus 1? You can look at the screen. 2. What's 2 plus 1?
3.
What's 3 plus 1?
4.
Wait a second. These are going in the same order we count. Whoa, that's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that the same order that we count in, Levi? Is that the same order that we count in? 1, 2, 3.
No.
Yeah, it is the same order. Is it the same order that we count in, Katie? 1, 2,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I wonder about the next line. Devlin, is this the same order that we count in?
No. Yes.
3, 4, 5. It is. So we just start with the number in red, and it's the same order that we count with. Can this help us learn how to do addition, Lucas?
No.
It can't, but it can. Caroline, can you tell me a math problem? What's the first number?
4.
Okay, so we'll do 4. What's the second number? Let's do 8. We haven't done 4 plus 8 yet. All right, so now we're gonna count. We're gonna start at 4, and it goes in order of counting, right, Caroline? 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that the right order for the numbers? Is that how we put the numbers in order, Caroline? 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that look good? When I count, do I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Yeah, I count like that. So now let's count 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, I counted up 8 numbers from this 4, and I got the answer 12. Is this where the lines touch? Big Grace, is this where the lines touch? Big Grace,
What?
is this where the lines touch?
Yes.
Yes, so if I counted to 12 and it's where the lines touch, did I get the same answer?
No.
I didn't. Why didn't I get the same answer? Do the lines touch on the same number as the circle?
Yes.
Yeah, so I got the same answer. So even though I counted instead of using my fingers, I still got the same answer that 4 plus 8 equals 12. So it's time for us to go, but you have this whole addition chart that you can work on by yourself, right? Yes, Katie? Do you have a question?
Yes.
What's your question?
8 and 7.
Well, you can do that one by yourself now, right?
Yes.
We have to do an English lesson. So this addition chart will take you a long time to work on. So you don't have to work on it all at one time, but work on it a little bit at a time, okay? And see if you can finish it. You could even bring it as your show and tell on Friday if you finish working on it, right? Okay, bye. I might see some of you in a few minutes for our English lesson. Bye, everybody. Keep working on your math.